Hi, it's Ra, Rishikavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. Well, this is it. This is the day of the big solar eclipse, the new moon solar eclipse at 10 degrees, 4 minutes exactly of the love, beauty, aesthetics, social justice oriented air sign of Libra. And that means that both moon and sun and earth are all aligned today. And that happens every 6 months. And it's a bit of a misnomer. We think that the planets just sort of go through space on a line. That's not really true. They sort of dance around the degrees of what's called the ecliptic, the line in space through which the planets move, but they kind of go like this, up and down, and every 6 months they hit that point where they all come into alignment. This is one of those moments. And the energetic effect of this is that there is it's a new moon. And a new moon is a new beginning. It's a seed point for the coming month. The eclipses are said to have an effect for 6 months, even to the next year. So this is an important time, and it being in the sign of Libra, it represents what? Sharing, cooperation, I and thou. It is an unfortunate fact that the sign of Libra rules both peace and war, open enemies, I and thou, the sense of duality. So this is a moment where we can have a new consciousness, sun, about our feelings, moon, about relationships, I and thou, the duality. How do we express ourselves? Do we express ourselves in sharing and cooperation, or do we express ourselves in terms of war? This is one of those important moments where consciousness can determine where the world in general and our own lives in particular go. Now, that eclipse occurs precisely at 11:49 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 2:49 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 7:49 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Remember, it's a new moon, which is to say that it is a seed point for the coming month, and so we want to think ahead, and, well, even for the next 6 months to a year, and say, what do we want to develop in terms of Libran characteristics in my life, which have to do with maybe a relationship in your life, or a sense of fashion, or love of beauty, and peace. Peace in one's own soul. Now, I'm wearing here a shirt by my good friend, the great artist Peter Max, and it shows my own guru, Swami Satchidananda, whom Peter brought to this country in the mid-60s, setting off the yoga revolution, by the way, in this country. It shows him in a state of bliss. Well, wouldn't we like to be in that state of bliss? He is expressing it creatively here, and that is what this energy is about as well, creativity, sun and moon together. The receptive side of ourselves meets the outpouring energy. So this is an important moment for us to think about where our own creative energy goes. Not only that, the moon conjoins Mercury, the planet of the mind, communication, at 12 degrees of Libra, shortly after the eclipse, 3:22 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 11:22 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So it's an important moment to think about peace in oneself and in cooperation with others. Later in the evening, the moon makes an awkward inconjunct 150-degree adapt, adjust, accommodate angle to Saturn, the planet of responsibilities, from 14 Libra to Saturn currently at 14 of Pisces. Also very creative, but this is like, get down to it now. If you want to do something, put the structure to it. And maybe if you have to make adjustments, then go ahead and do that. That occurs at 8:17 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 4:17 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So it's an important day. In the East, they say that you should stay inside and meditate. I'm not so sure about that, but it's not a bad idea to stay centered today, no matter where you are and what you're doing, particularly around the actual time of the eclipse. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website, which is starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy this day. no matter what.